Hey everyone, Blugoblin here. Thank you for joining me for my comic book review for this week of April 2015. Got a big stack of books here with a pick of the week that may surprise you. And I'm warning you right now, this whole video is going to have some spoilers in it. Okay? I'll try to keep the spoilers to a minimum. But there are going to be a lot of books there are going to be plenty of books in here that I'm going to talk about where I'm going to have to spoil a few things. So you have been warned. And one of the reviews is going to have a little bit of ranting in it. So, like I said, you've been warned. We're going to go through DC, Dynamite, and end with Marvel. Starting off DC, we're starting off with Batman 66, number 22. The Penguin Turns the Table. First of all, I gotta say, the best thing about this book is the cover. The cover is amazing. However, the story inside and the interior artwork has much to be desired. The writing is okay. The artwork, I am not liking it. I know this is one of those series that's just meant to be fun, not meant to be taken seriously, but man, the artwork in here, I did not like it. I really didn't. But the writing was okay for what it was. Just the artwork hurt it a little bit. You know, you got the Penguin trying to outwit Batman by committing crimes that have nothing to do with birds, you know, and everything. And I like how Batman was able to try and trap the Penguin, but the Penguin actually figured it out, but still ended up losing losing to Batman in the end. But all in all, a decent read. I liked it for what it was. I give it a 3. Set it right there. Alright, moving on to Who'da Thunk It. We're going to Convergence, number 3. You got the Flamebird Nightwing cover. Yeah. This is basically another showcase for the Earth 2 cast. There are some other stuff. There is some other things going on in here, but there is a couple of deaths in here. There are some deaths in here. One, well, you know what? No, I'm not going to give either one of them away because they're both. One of them's kind of abrupt, and the other one was like, whoa. As far as the writing goes, not bad. Not bad. The artwork in here was amazing. I love the artwork in here. But, yeah, one of the deaths, what I will say is this character, I guess they had always planned, this was always a contingency plan in case things got too hairy. So, in some respects, this character died a hero. But I'm worried that this character may have died in vain. But just really interesting stuff. Most of the Earth 2 cast has found out something about Telos. Then I'm not going to spoil that either. But what I will say is that as an issue for the main story, I liked it. Thought it was really well told, well executed. The pacing was good. The artwork was amazing. And the deaths that we got in here added to the story. I can certainly see where some people would say that at least one of the deaths was a little pointless, but it adds to the story. It adds to character development in here, and that's one thing I look for in comic books is good character development, and I did get some in here. So for what it was, thought it was good. I give it a 3.5. Okay, going on to some tie-ins. Convergence, The Adventures of Superman, The Adventures of Superman, number 1. It should be called The Adventures of Supergirl, because this was a Supergirl heavy book. Marv Wolfman. Yes. And you see this right here? See who that is? That's my Supergirl. Y'all like the new 52 Supergirl, and I like her too. But for me, this right here, this was my Supergirl. Pre-crisis Supergirl. This was my Supergirl. And it's so good to see this one back again. But what happens in here is Kara and Clark, they're, for some reason, this is my biggest pet peeve with the Convergence tie-ins. Most of these tie-ins take place in fucking Gotham City. Why? Why is everybody always in Gotham fucking City? Couldn't you it's Superman. Couldn't you have him in Metropolis? Or could you have a character, say, in Central City or Star City, Keystone City? You know, whatever. It's always got to be Gotham. Why? It's like DC. Don't be so modest. Please, don't show us how much you really love Gotham City. God damn. But, yeah. Kara in here, minor spoiler here, comes across something in here. She comes across this mist or this gas and everything like that, and she's able to see flashes of her life, including her legendary death that took place in Crisis on Infinite Earths. But what I will say about this is Marv Wolfman did such a fantastic job with the writing when it comes to character development for Supergirl. Even with seeing how she dies in that legendary story, even seeing how she's going to end up dying, she still decides to be a hero and go on about her business, knowing that this is coming. Still be the hero. Still fight for what you believe in. Damn the consequences, even if you know they're coming. I loved that. This was amazing. Outstanding writing. I loved it. This was great stuff. I give it a 4. Next up, excuse me, Batman and the Outsiders Convergence, #1. Oh my god, I can't tell you how good it made me feel to see this team again. You got Batman, Geoforce, Halo, Black Lightning, Katana, and Metamorpho. Oh my god. I've missed this team so much. You have no idea. But, you know, what I will say about this team, they've learned to adapt to being in the dome without their powers. For the most part. Some are still trying to cope with their, with their helplessness. I think the one who's probably in the worst shape was Halo. But the one guy that enjoyed being powerless more than any of them is, of course, Metamorpho. And, oh my god, when the dome disintegrated, when the dome vanished, and they all started getting their powers back, we came across a moment where I was just like, oh no. Of all the times, no. But, good stuff. This was great stuff. The stuff with Geoforce was really entertaining. It's just really great stuff. I loved this. This was fun. I had a hell of a blast reading this. Good stuff. I give it a 4. Maybe I'm being biased. I don't care. Going on to Convergence, The Flash, #1. Okay. I see where this takes place. This takes place right after Barry Allen's trial, right after he left for the 30th century to be with Iris. And this takes place, the dome drops on Gotham City. While he's doing a charity appearance, he hopped on the cosmic treadmill and he came back to the present to take place for make a charity appearance for Gotham City. And that's when the dome dropped and he lost his powers. Barry is depressed. He's moping because he can't get back to the 30th century. He can't get back to Iris. But he's not going to let his depression about it completely stop him from living a life. He's going to try his best to adapt. He takes a job at the GCPD as a police scientist. He tries to go out running. He wants to, feel the spirit of running and everything. Not bad. Not bad. If you hear any noises in the background, it's the cat, by the way. She's up here with me, and I hear her meowing, but I don't see where she is. Okay. But anyway, it was nice to see, you know, it's nice to see Barry Allen pre-52 again. It's nice to know where this takes place in his timeline. All in all, as much as I love Barry Allen, as much as I love The Flash, at the end of the day, this just kind of felt slightly above average. Just kind of okay. But that cliffhanger does help. That cliffhanger was good. But the rest of it, I'm just like, okay, not bad. I'll be nice. I'll give it a 3. The cliffhanger at the end helped it. Oh no! Yes. Now, this came real close to being pick of the week. This came close to probably being the most biased pick of the week I think I've ever done. But oh my God, you have no idea how much I wanted this one. No idea. Me being the massive fanboy that I am, I have to extend a great big thank you to DC Comics for giving me a small taste of my childhood back. Convergence, the new Teen Titans, #1, written by Marv Wolfman. Thank you, DC. Thank you for taking me back to my childhood, giving me the quintessential writer for my favorite team series of all time, the new Teen Titans. It would have been even sweeter if George Perez would have done the artwork. But George Perez is no longer working with DC, and for reasons I understand. But to get a new Teen Titans book, brand new, written by Marv Wolfman, with the lineup that I remember fondly from my childhood, I can't tell you how good this felt. I really can't. Because this was outstanding. Really good stuff. First of all, Starfire. My Starfire is here. This is my Starfire. You all can have the new 52 Starfire with Red Hood and the Outlaws. Y'all can have her. This is my Coriander. This is my Princess of Tamarin. This is my Starfire. And it felt so good to see her again. Plus, Disco Wing, Donna Troy, Beast Boy, and Cyborg, along with Jericho and Cora. Cole. The fuck am I saying Cora for? Cole. This obviously takes place pre-Crisis because, spoiler alert, in Crisis on Infinite Earths, Cole dies. But I noticed something missing, and I even tweeted a picture of it. I said, you notice anybody missing? Where's Raven? Aha! There's no Raven in here. But, with that being said, this was still a fantastic book. The Titans are under a dome. Guess where? But, for the most part, they're learning to adapt. They're learning to adapt and still do their duties without their powers and everything. But seeing Starfire act the way she did in this book just brought back all those memories of just how wild her emotions get. When she gets uber pissed off, you don't want to be near her. But when she's full of love and full of kindness, she's the perfect person to be around. Starfire's emotions always played a key role in her character development. That's how I remember her. And that's how Marv Wolfman remembers her. And he did a great job with that. And another little side note in here. Apparently during this time period in the Dome, Nightwing and Starfire got married. And they had been married for 6 months at this point in time. But they're not exactly the happiest couple in the world. They are having problems. Mainly with Starfire trying to keep her emotions in check. Because Nightwing's afraid that one day, sooner or later, she's going to snap and kill and cross that line. Yeah, it's just really, really outstanding stuff. This was a fun read. I enjoyed the hell out of it. I give a big thank you to DC for giving me one more taste of some new Teen Titans goodness with Marv Wolfman. Thank you, DC. Thank you, Mr. Wolfman. This was amazing. I give it a 4. What do you want? Kitty, kitty. Just don't tear anything up. Moving on to Convergence, Wonder Woman #1. This book was dark. This book was weird. I don't want to get into the whole religious, stuff that's been portrayed in here, because it gets really dark, gets really weird really quick. But seeing how Diana works around not having her powers, yet she's still being a decent human being, stuff like that. We get to see an old friend of hers, Etta Candy. And she's found like this religious cult program that's in an abandoned old church and everything. Some weird shit goes on, and these religious nuts believe that angels will descend and break the dome, setting everybody free and everything. They think their vision came true in here, because when the dome drops, Diana gets her powers back after being kidnapped by these nutballs. Some things do descend down from the sky after the dome drops. I dare not ruin who it was. Oh, shit. This was good. Some characters in here, they're screwed. This was good. This was much better than I ever thought it was going to be. Really good job, DC. This gets a 4. You better not be scratching up that shit over there. Mew. Come here. Get up here. Say hi to everybody, Endora. You little brat. Go on. Beat it. Going on to Dynamite with Legenderry Red Sonja #3. Oh my god. That cliffhanger at the end of the second issue with Captain Nemo showing up. And then seeing Victor Frankenstein. Oh my god. I loved this. This was also amazing. Victor Frankenstein, I'm going to go ahead and say it. This dude's fucking crazy. I mean, this dude is fucking narcissistically insane. And you get a really good look at Captain Nemo in here, and I was like, oh my god, you almost feel bad for the guy. But then we get a big reveal of something that Victor does in here, and you're like, you motherfucker. You feel that a lot in here with this guy. I mean, this guy's a complete fucking insane fucking douchebag. But, Sonja does get some help in here from an unexpected source. But all I'll say is, damn, this was good stuff. Really well done. Now, I still despise what Mark Andreyko did to Batwoman. But I'll give credit where credit is due. This was good stuff. I really liked this. Really good. I'd give it a 4. Okay, we're going to Marvel. Now, before I get started, I need to say something right here, right now. I had originally planned on doing a video based on this book alone. But, since this is a big, giant size review anyway, more than likely, I'll just go ahead and cover it here. Kind of like an abridged, shortened version of what I originally intended on doing. Because I got a lot to say about this. All New X-Men #40. Let's get started. Okay, Bendis, Esrar. First of all, decent writing, great artwork. Now, I will warn all of you right now. I'm going to spoil the hell out of this book. If you haven't read this book, and if you haven't been on the internet for God knows what reason, If you don't want to know what happens in here, then try to skip past this portion of the video. You have been warned. This takes place after the events of the Black Vortex. The all-new X-Men lineup, they're back on Earth. They're relaxing and everything. Magique brings them some food, some hamburgers and stuff like that. Iceman decides it's a good idea to catcall Magique, and Jean pulls him aside and says, you know, you really shouldn't be doing that. And he goes, why? She says, Bobby, you're gay. And there's the big bomb that gets dropped. And now everybody's going all over the internet, either praising or bitching about what just happened in this book. It's been revealed. Iceman is gay. Do I have a problem with it? No, I don't. I still love this character. But there are all kinds of people, and myself included, that originally had the initial reaction of, where's the logical explanation in this? And there are some people who are still looking for logical explanation. How could young Iceman be gay, but present-day Iceman be straight? First of all, you're looking for logic in a book where you have a red-haired child who reads minds and a boy who could shoot lasers out of his eyes. Yeah, look for some fucking logic in that. Second, it's never really been established that present-day Iceman is a heterosexual. Yeah, he's dated women, and even young Iceman himself states that he may be indeed bisexual, which that'd be fine too. The one thing I have a problem with is how Iceman's homosexuality was revealed. I did not like how it was revealed. I felt like it was kind of childish and just a little lazy, because Jean just robbed him, in a sense, of a self-defining, self-confidence boosting moment that he could have had. Now, thankfully, Jean did pull him aside and talk to him about it in private. But what if she had done it in front of everybody and just outed him in front of everybody? Then I would fucking trash this book if she'd have done that. So I'll give Bendis credit on one thing. At least he wrote Jean pulling him aside and doing it in private. The thing is, though, if I were writing this book, I would write it a slightly different way. I would have Jean say you shouldn't be catcalling Magique because that's childish. And he goes, what do you mean? He said, Bobby, aren't you? He said, are you reading my mind? And she goes, well, yeah, I kind of am. I'm sorry. And he says, then you know, right? She goes, yeah. And then I would have him say, you know I'm gay. And she goes, yeah. Then I would have Bobby say, at the end of their stupid little conversation about it, their silly conversation, I would have him go, look, Jean, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody both with your mouth or with your mind. Don't tell anybody. When the time comes, when I'm ready to tell everybody, let me do it. And for all of you people out there who say, now pardon me, I'm apologizing in advance for sounding really rude to y'all, but for all of you people out there that Jean, using her psychic abilities, made Bobby gay, you all have got your heads up your ass. Why would Jean do something like that to somebody she cares for, to one of her dearest friends? Why would she do that? Would Emma Frost do something like that? Absolutely. Yes, I have no doubt in my mind that she would do something that underhanded. But would Jean do that? No. Maybe as Dark Phoenix, but not as Jean. No. She would not do that to somebody who she dearly cares for. Kind of like a brother. She would not do that. Now I admit, Jean's not a perfect angel, but she's not a fucking cunt. So for all of you people who are saying that Jean made him gay, get the fuck out of here with that shit. But the Utopians also get a big spectacle, a big showcase in here, and you know, it's whatever, but it kind of takes a back seat to the big reveal about Bobby. And overall, I thought this book was pretty good. Not bad. I just felt like the outing of Bobby Drake could have been written a little bit differently, and in this case, could have been written better. So, let it be known, I have no problem with Iceman being written now as a gay character. No problem whatsoever. But, yeah, other than that, this book was actually pretty good for what it was. I'd give it a 3.5. Moving on to The Amazing Spider-Man number 717.1. Fuck that renumbering shit. This is issue number 717.1. This is part 2 of Spiral with Jerry Conway as the writer. This is really good stuff. You know, just like gang-related storytelling, Conway seems to know how to write it just really well. This stuff just clicked with me. I enjoyed it. It was good stuff. It's nice to see a good showcasing for Hammerhead in here. Not too fond of this whole Goblin King character. Apparently he's from the Axis Hobgoblin miniseries, which I didn't read. I didn't care to. Not much to say about this one in here. It's just, you know, really good stuff. You know, there's, you know, corrupt governments and, you know, that's everywhere you go. But the one thing I have to nitpick about is that the storyline so far doesn't seem to have a clear-cut answer as to who is the main antagonist of this storyline. You know, is it Mr. Negative? Is it Hammerhead? Is it the Goblin King? They're all good candidates to be, or is it Tombstone? Who is the top antagonist of this storyline? It's kind of hazy there. Other than that, this is really good stuff. I do recommend this. It was good for what it was. I also give this a 3.5. Moving on to Amazing X-Men number 19. This is the epilogue, so to speak, of the Once and Future Juggernaut storyline. Now, minor spoilers in here too. That right there, that's Kane Marco. The original Juggernaut has his powers back, and what's even worse is that he's more powerful than he's ever been before as the Juggernaut. This is the strongest Juggernaut, the most powerful. This is the most powerful Juggernaut in existence right now. Sidorak gave him so much power, he even gave the Juggernaut enough power to even kill Sidorak himself. And Colossus thinks it's a smart idea to go head-to-head with him. So Colossus is just wailing on Marco with everything he has, and Marco's just like, "Are you done?" And Colossus, in his metal mode, feels like he broke his hands by punching him so much. Fuck. If there's ever a definition of the word unstoppable, it's this. But Kane makes a big revelation that he's not there to fight the X-Men. Not all of them, but he's after someone. He's after Cyclops, the man who murdered his brother, Charles Xavier. Say what you want to about the relationship between Kane and Charles, but at the end of the day, that was still his brother. And he wants Cyclops because he murdered Charles. And he made no secret about it. This was a great epilogue to this storyline. Fantastic writing, great stuff. Colossus was ready to make that self-sacrifice yet again, but it didn't happen. He ended up winning the day, sort of, without having to die for it. Great stuff. I really loved this. I give it a 4. Pick of the week time. This may surprise you. The Black Vortex Omega. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be this good. I really didn't. Sam Humphries and Ed McGuinness. What I loved about this was it was a brilliantly beautiful showcase for Kitty Pryde. One of my all-time favorite females in comic books in general. Fantastic stuff. This was outstanding. Then again, it's just my opinion. But Kitty is the one who decided to submit to the Black Vortex, but she did it for the right reasons, and she's not going to let the Vortex's power corrupt her. And what she ended up turning into looked magnificent. and she's able to tap into the consciousness of other versions of Kitty Pryde. And we got to see how Kitty looked throughout all the years. One of my personal favorite looks was her look from Excalibur. The blue outfit, I always loved that outfit. But just really good stuff. And my eyes bugged when I saw how she took care of the planet Spartax with all that amber on it. I was like, oh, wow. You know, a cosmically powered being, that makes sense. Really good stuff. And of course the ending, with Peter, with Star-Lord proposing to her. Spoiler alert, okay? Star-Lord proposes to Kitty Pryde. She accepts. So there you go. Here's to the happy couple, Peter Quill and Kitty Pryde. May you know true happiness together until Joe Quesada decides that your characters have aged too much and he retcons your relationship because he just can't have that. The bottom line is, Black Vortex has not been that great of a storyline. It had its great moments, but goddamn did it ever deliver for me on the finale. Beautiful. I loved it. Then of course, that's just me. If you hated it, that's fine. But for me, it was amazing. I give it a 4.5. Guardians of the Galaxy 26. This takes place right after the Black Vortex. Kitty and Peter are celebrating in a bar. And Peter finds out, or he's reminded, that he's been elected the Spartax president. And he's like, wait, I don't want this. Because he doesn't want a position of power. He wants to continue what he does and what he does best, and that's being a guardian. You know, but he's like, at the spur of the moment, he appoints all the Guardians and the X-Men that are with him as members of his cabinet, you know, so to speak. He's like, okay, if you're going to take me, you got to take all these guys with me. And, you know, I am Groot. But they get the royal treatment. They really do. You see Kitty get this... oh, shit, went too far. Yeah, Kitty gets a presidential suite. Rocket gets a spa treatment. Gamora gets a meditation room. Groot gets to be in a forest. And Drax gets to beat the shit out of people and call it training. Just really good stuff. But then we get to the cliffhanger. I don't know what to think about that cliffhanger. I really don't, because it didn't really reveal too much. I definitely got the gist of it, but I'm like, okay, where are you going from here? Nice. This was really good. I liked this. Good storytelling, good moments. This was fun. I loved it. I give it a 3.5. Moving on to Star Wars number 4. Jason Aaron, John Cassidy. Damn it, this was good. You got Vader trying to do another negotiation with Jabba the Hutt. You got Luke doubting himself. He's saying, I'm no Jedi. He needs to learn how to be a Jedi in here and everything. You got Leia wanting the team to press on forward, even though everybody recommends that they pull back a little bit because they don't want it to turn into a suicide mission. And it's just really good Star Wars goodness in here. Fantastically well done. The cliffhanger. I geeked the fuck out for that cliffhanger. Oh man. This was fun. I loved it. It was great. Do yourselves a favor. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you love the original Star Wars, episodes 4, 5, and 6, this is a comic book series for you. Fantastic. I love it. 4. The Unbeatable Squirrel-Girl, number 4. Here's the thing. How can you take a story with Galactus and make it funny? Boom. Enough said. 3.5. We're ending the review with Wolverines number 15. The interior artwork, I didn't give a damn about it. But the writing, it was good. I liked how they were able to finally deal with Siphon. But the team is starting to fall apart, especially since everybody seems to be gunning for Mystique. And that's all I'm going to say about this. That's really all that really happens in here. Is just they finally get a hold of Siphon, and Mystique's plans may not be going as well as she'd hoped. Not bad. For what it was, I didn't think it was that bad. I give it a 3. So there you have it, everybody. There's my review. I want to thank y'all for watching. I need to get caught up on my Midtown Comics reviews on my Blugoblin X channel. I've been falling behind. Been working a lot of overtime here lately, so I've just been exhausted. Not to mention I had some very personal things to take care of this past weekend. Now I won't go into detail about that. But, yeah. Please subscribe. Go subscribe to Blugoblin X. Go subscribe to Arkham Asylum Studio. Jennifer and I just did a couple of videos where we looked at minifigures, bobblehead figures based off Avengers Age of Ultron. And we had fun doing that. So go check that out. Don't forget some love to my friends Chris, TheMtVernonKid, Deadpoolzilla, and Brandon Hex. Hex right now has started doing Spider-Verse videos on his channel. Go check those out. And of course, Deadpoolzilla is always fun to listen to. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Groot. See you later.